especially Christmas time, and obviously there are a lot of sales, especially there's a sale from DJI, and obviously. All right, I posted this video. Let me just quickly put this camera to the tripod. Sure, I could cut that out, this moving the camera, but I think this is a little bit more fun and kind of adds to what I always try to do, these one-take vlogs. So yesterday I posted a video, or a short little vlog, where I utilized this Insta360 One R with the 4K module. So this little fairly old camera. And yeah, I posted that, and the reason being why I yesterday wanted to record on this was it is Christmas and there were a lot of amazing deals on DJI Action cameras. But like I mentioned in a previous video as well, you should use what you have available instead of buying a new camera. While the deals are really good, for example, in DJI Action 4, you can get for 180 euros, which is still a lot of money, or the DJI Action 5 Pro for 280. It's an amazing deal. Don't get me wrong, but still, it's a lot of money, especially if you already have something at home. So my goal of that video yesterday was basically to kind of evaluate, could I still use this? And the simple answer is, of course, yes, it's old, but it's still capable. What are the downsides and what are the learnings of me utilizing this camera yesterday? So first and foremost, it's totally capable. The image quality, although I put everything in auto, so auto shutter speed, auto ISO, the only thing that wasn't auto was white balance. This was set to 5600 Kelvin, and exposure compensation plus 0.1 or something. So I overexposed, unfortunately, which is, when I was looking at the image, it was visible in the sky a little bit. So the image quality still is good. I did some tinkering with the enhancer, but I did notice some quirks. All right, first and foremost, again, image quality totally fine. Sound quality surprisingly good as well, but the mics are obviously very exposed to touches. So I was actually holding the camera without any cage, basically like this, kind of making sure I did not touch any of the mic holes. But you were able to hear sometimes I was actually only brushing with my hands or my fingers lightly against those microphone holes, which obviously is a terrible sound, but all things considered, the holes are tiny. These are just pinholes and needle holes. The sound quality is okay. Don't get me wrong, it's not good, but it's okay. For casual vlogging, it's totally fine, especially if you hold it like so at arm's length. So this is about 30 centimeters from my mouth. So it's actually, I was surprised that the sound quality is still good enough. Now, there are a few caveats. First and foremost, I'm pretty much used now to at least have 10-bit. My DJI Pocket 3, this Fuji XM5, everything has more than 10 bits. And 10 bits, for those of you who don't know, if you tinker a lot with the colors of your footage that you shot, having 10 bits allows you to manipulate the image much more to your liking. With 8-bit, you need to kind of be very careful how much you can actually do with the footage without it at some point kind of breaking down a little bit in terms of image quality. So you need to really be careful about that. And especially when you overexpose something, the image breaks down much faster than with 10-bit. Next up is, as I just said, the audio quality. It is good enough, but I would rather have good audio quality and worth image quality than the other way around. So if I utilize this, I will bring a small little mic. I can utilize the DJI Mic 2 with 32-bit float recording, but this has no way to kind of connect the mic without an extra cable to this. So I would, every time I would record with this camera and an external mic, I would need to do a snap to basically sync up the audio with the video. But also you would really need to be very diligent about it. So my plan would be to say something along the line, okay, December 24th, 1 p.m., pickled pepper, because those are really visually and harsh sounds that are easy to kind of sync up. Because if I would be holding the camera and a mic like so, I wouldn't have hands free to do a snap. So I just would need to say something like pickle, pepper, and that would be very easy to kind of sync up the audio and the video in the editing. But again, it's also important to kind of have very good, you need to do your due diligence, saying the date and stuff like that, because sometimes, especially with this camera, it loses the date. So for example, the recording that I did yesterday said, okay, this was recorded tomorrow, which was really weird. So yeah. Then also, I don't have an ND filter for this, and there are ND filters available, but for some reason, probably because this is an old camera, those ND filters are really expensive. So basically, I would need to crank up the shutter speed, which, as you were able to see in the video, makes everything really sharp. So no motion blur, and overall, the aesthetic of the image is everything is basically sharp. The background, the foreground, everything is sharp. So in terms of image aesthetic, so very sharp, no motion blur, no background blur. It is not visually pleasing, let's say it that way. But, and now comes the huge advantage of this. You might have noticed that a couple of people were walking by in those shots in the vlog yesterday. I was really surprised because I thought, like, with the DJI Pocket 3, I was already at the point where it is small enough. But I do still notice, I feel self-conscious with that. But this, when I was walking like this, I felt like, although people looked at me, it wasn't as weird. I didn't feel as self-conscious about it vlogging with this, and especially not holding a mic like this in my hands. So it was actually quite liberating, which is basically the reason why I wanted to try this out. Long story short, I will not buy a DJI Action. I will not utilize those discounts, but I will try to kind of use this a little bit more as a vlogging device. I would love, or I will try to use a mic, maybe only my phone or whatever, or the internal mics, but be very careful not to touch these little mic holes. But I really want to try to utilize this more. There are a lot of downsides with this, as I mentioned, but the upside of this being so small and being very easily to carry around is something that I think is amazing. Plus, what I mean, I own this camera forever. I did not know that this is basically open gate. This has a 4:3 image coming out of it, which is amazing. I love this 4:3 look. So another big benefit of this actually. And because it's 4:3, now that I'm just holding this, I could actually vlog holding it like so, basically. There's no reason why I would need to do this, but because it's almost a squarish image, it wouldn't matter if I hold it landscape or portrait mode. I could basically use it anyways. This is actually really cool that I just kind of thought about. Again, there's no reason to hold it like so. But I just noticed it's a little bit more comfortable to hold, but then I would kind of hold the mic holes shut. So forget that. But yeah, long story short, use what you have available. I did not use this camera at all, but I will utilize it now before actually buying something new. There's no need. I will use this. All right. Let me know in the comment section below, what did you think about the image and, more importantly, the sound quality of the vlog yesterday. All right. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see that video from yesterday, check it out up here. YouTube thinks that you like the video down here. And don't forget to subscribe by clicking the button up here. Maybe a like, a hype helps, always helps. I see you tomorrow. Thank you very much.